Something has shifted in the fan base, Tio. And I don't mean just the anger after Mallorca, something deeper. Fans are not just writing off the league title anymore. They are actively relieved to be done with it.
That's the mood, isn't it? The comments we've been running through are full of this almost liberating energy, like, forget La Liga, it's rigged anyway. Bayern is where the real football lives. That's the vibe.
And I get it, because one fan put it perfectly. He said something like, I got furious yesterday and wasted my whole day. Then I realized how absurd that is when you know the competition is rigged. You can't get angry when you know there's no fairness in the competition. Madre mia, that hit different.
That comment is getting massive traction, and honestly, it tells you everything about where the fan base's head is at. The anger from the Mallorca loss has already been redirected, not at the players, not at Arbeloa, but at the system itself.
Another fan said, and I'm translating this directly, it's an absolute disgrace, this completely corrupt league. That's not a hot take from one angry guy, Rafa. That's the consensus right now in the comments section.
What's interesting, though, is the nuance underneath it. Some fans are pushing back on the idea that Madrid threw the league away. One commenter said something like, "That's why it bothers me when Madridistas say we threw the league away. We didn't throw anything away. The CTA simply won't let us compete." When you're on the edge of the cliff, and the comment just trails off, like the point speaks for itself.
It's a really specific kind of exhaustion, isn't it? It's not, we played badly and lost. It's, we played badly and the deck was stacked against us and we're supposed to just accept this. Fans cannot hold all of that at once.
And so the rational response, apparently, is to just switch off La Liga emotionally and redirect everything to the Champions League. One fan literally said, "At least I don't watch the league anymore. I don't waste my time watching something I know is rigged from the start. Only the Champions League interests me. That's where reality and real football live." Vamos, the fan base has made its choice.
Which brings us to Bayern, because the timing of this, Maria falling to Mallorca on Friday and then having Bayern on Tuesday, it's almost perfect for the fan base psychologically. They needed something to grab onto, and here it is.
Bayern are genuinely worried too, according to the news background we've got. Goretzka specifically has been quoted saying he doesn't trust Madrid going into what they're calling a clash of giants. And that kind of respect from the opponent, fans are eating that up right now.
Que barbaridad, the German press is calling it a clash of giants, and meanwhile our fan base is in the comments arguing with each other about whether we're even a functional football club. One fan literally said, Madrid is so bad right now that Madridistas are fighting each other. With laughing emojis, self-aware at least.
That comment is funny because it's true. The internal divisions in the fan base are real, and nowhere is that more visible than the Mbappé debate, which has taken on a completely new dimension going into Bayern.
Oh, the Mbappé discourse is something else right now. Yesterday we covered the initial roasting after Mallorca, the Valladolid level stuff, but today it's more specific. Fans are now directly debating, should he even start against Bayern?
And the takes are cold, Rafa, cold. One fan straight up said, if Mbappé plays against Bayern, they lose. If they win, it's without him. That's not analysis. That's a verdict.
Another one just said, Mbappé on the bench is the solution. No explanation, no caveats, just bench him, done. The confidence of it, Tio.
And then you've got the Vinicius comparison that keeps coming up. Fans pointing out that Vinicius has been decisive in 2 Champions League wins, and Mbappé has 0. One commenter framed it as, Vinicius has decided 2 Champions Leagues, Mbappé has decided none. It's not that Mbappé needs to run more, it's that he must run more. Everyone at Real Madrid does that. That's what a leader does, as Luis Enrique himself said. Invoking Luis Enrique against Mbappé is a very specific kind of burn.
It's a complicated one, though, because Luis Enrique loved Mbappé with France, and now fans are using his words to argue Mbappé isn't doing enough at Madrid. The irony is not lost on anyone.
What I find most revealing is that the Mbappé criticism has completely separated from the Vinicius criticism. A few weeks ago, fans were debating both of them. Now, Vinicius has almost been rehabilitated in the discourse. Fans are saying, why are we even talking about Vini? It's Mbappé who needs to prove his value. Vini's already proven his.
And that is a massive shift from where we were even a month ago. The Champions League is the lens through which everything gets judged, and by that measure, Vinicius is untouchable and Mbappé is still on trial. Wenger, Bayern is basically his courtroom.
Now, There is one piece of news from the background that fans haven't fully caught on to yet, but I think will matter by tomorrow. Camavinga. Reports are suggesting he's more out than in at Madrid, with the Premier League being floated as a realistic destination. That's a storyline that's going to ignite the fan base.
Camavinga didn't start against Mallorca. Arbeloa went with him in the enquire, but then he was the first sub off at 59 minutes. If the reports are right that he can't nail down a starting spot, then you understand why there might be an exit on the horizon. But fans haven't fully processed this one yet.
Tomorrow morning, we'll have more on that, I'm sure. But for now, the big picture is this. The fan base has emotionally checked out of La Liga. They're all in on Bayern. They want answers from Mbappé, and the refereeing conspiracy discourse has reached a point where it's almost become its own coping mechanism.
Hala Madrid. And honestly, if Bayern is where the real football is, if that's where the fan base has decided the season lives or dies, then fine. Let's go meet Bayern at the Bernabeu and settle this. The Champions League has always been Madrid's home anyway.
Tomorrow morning, we'll be back with the full pre-match build-up, the mood, the lineup debates, whatever drops overnight. The match itself is tomorrow evening, so tomorrow's episode is still your pre-match show. Don't miss it.
We'll see you then. Hala Madrid. And may the referees leave us alone for one night in Europe, Tio. Just one night. That's all I ask.